Have you ever looked at someone in their 60s, but their face still glows like they're in their early 40s? You wonder, what kind of cream are they using? But the truth is, the secret to their youthful glow isn't found in the bathroom. It's found in the kitchen. I still remember my neighbor, Mrs. Helen. Every morning, she brewed a cup of green tea, had a handful of berries, and took a slow walk around her garden. No expensive skincare, no gym, no fancy supplements. And yet, at 72, her skin was smooth, her voice full of energy, and her eyes sparkled like someone in their 50s. For a long time, I thought it was just good genes. Until I started digging deeper and found out what science now confirms. Certain foods can slow down aging at the cellular level, from the inside out. It's no coincidence that the Japanese have fewer wrinkles, even in crowded urban life. Or that people in the Mediterranean live longer and healthier despite diets rich in fats. They all have one thing in common. They eat the right things to help their bodies resist time. And in today's video, you'll discover 10 powerful foods that don't just help you look younger, but actually help you feel younger, from the inside. The common mistakes that make people eat right but still age too fast. And finally, how to turn every meal into a tool to slow time. No pills or miracle creams required. So if you've been wanting clearer skin, sharper memory, better energy, without relying on luck or genetics, stay with me until the end of this video. Because what you're about to hear may change how you see an avocado, a cup of tea, or even a small piece of chocolate. Let's begin with the first item on our list, a tiny fruit bursting with color that just might be nature's most powerful brain protector. 1. Blueberries and the brain. Why memory fades slower with berries. I used to think my memory was great, until one morning I got into my car and forgot where I was going. It was just a fleeting moment, but it shook me. I was only in my early 30s, not old, not forgetful. But I started wondering, is my brain aging without me noticing? That's when I came across a study from Harvard. They tracked over 16,000 women for 20 years and found that those who ate just 2 to 3 servings of berries a week, especially blueberries, experienced cognitive decline 2.5 years slower than those who didn't. How can something so small make such a difference? The secret lies in anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that give blueberries their deep purple-blue color. They protect your brain from oxidative stress, reduce inflammation, and shield the hippocampus, the brain's memory center. Put simply, they act like armor for your brain cells, keeping them from rusting over time. But this isn't just about research. I remember my grandmother. She's now 83 and still remembers every recipe she taught me as a kid. And every morning, she starts with a small bowl of blueberries sprinkled with oats and chia seeds. She used to laugh and say, "This is my anti-aging cream for the mind." And you know what? I believe her. We spend so much time caring for our skin, hair, and figure, but the brain, the part of us that holds our memories, emotions, and identity, often gets forgotten. Just one handful of blueberries a week may be the gift you give your future self. And if you're wondering what other foods are both delicious and anti-aging, think of something rich, creamy, often misunderstood as fattening, but now celebrated as nature's gift to your skin, heart, and hormones. Yes, I'm talking about avocados. 2. Avocados and hormone balance. Not just fat, but fertility, skin, and heart health. There was a time when I avoided avocados. I thought, they're too fatty, I'll gain weight. So like many people, I switched to low-fat milk, skipped oils, and tried to eat as clean as possible. But the more I cut fat, the more tired I became. My skin dried out, my mood swung wildly, and every month, during my cycle, I barely felt like myself. Until one day, a nutritionist told me something I'll never forget. You're not tired because of fat. You're tired because you're lacking real fat. That's when I learned that avocados are full of monounsaturated fats, the kind that reduce inflammation, support heart health, and are crucial for hormonal balance. They're rich in vitamin E, which nourishes the skin, and glutathione, a powerful antioxidant that supports liver detox, where so many hormones are processed. And it's not just for women. Men benefit too. A study from the Journal of Clinical Lipidology found that regular avocado consumption lowers LDL, bad cholesterol, and raises HDL, good cholesterol, reducing heart disease risk, a major factor in aging. I once visited a friend in California. Their breakfast was simple: avocado toast, soft-boiled egg, a few slices of tomato. But what struck me was her mother. In her 50s, no wrinkles, no makeup, glowing skin. She smiled and said, "No fancy creams, dear. Just one avocado every morning." Lesson learned. Your body needs fat, the right kind, in the right amount. Avocados aren't the enemy of your waistline. They may just be your best friend for your skin, your hormones, and your heart. And if avocados feed your hormones and your skin, the next food is like a natural elixir for your heart, your brain, and your immune system. Especially in today's world filled with stress and silent inflammation. It's a fatty fish, a staple in Japan, and a favorite among cardiologists. Yes, it's salmon. 3. Salmon and omega-3, the anti-aging oil you're probably missing. I still remember the first time I had salmon sashimi. The slice was soft, buttery, and practically melted the moment it touched my tongue. At the time, I just thought, yeah, wow, delicious. But what I didn't realize was, I was eating one of the most powerful anti-aging foods on the planet. We've all heard omega-3s are good for you, but few people truly understand why they matter so much. Salmon, especially wild-caught, contains two incredibly valuable forms of omega-3, EPA and DHA. These fatty acids don't just help with inflammation in a vague sense. They reduce the silent inflammation that causes wrinkles, joint pain, heart disease. They keep your skin elastic, sharpen your brain, and may even protect your vision as you age. One study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that people who ate fatty fish at least twice a week had up to 37% lower risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. I have an uncle who lives in Seattle. Every week he goes to the local fish market, no gym memberships, no expensive supplements. And at 68, he still hikes, still reads without glasses. He smiled at me once and said, "As long as I've got salmon, I'm not afraid of getting old." We can't stop time, but we can smooth the ride with natural oils like omega-3, not on our skin, but inside our cells, where aging really begins. And if salmon is food for the heart and brain, the next anti-aging ally is surprisingly simple. A centuries-old drink that not only helps your skin glow, but also soothes the mind and fights cancer from within. Can you guess what it is? Yes, it's green tea. 4. Green tea and skin elasticity. Why Asian skin ages slower. If you've ever been to Japan or Korea, you've probably noticed something. Women there often look much younger than their actual age. I once asked a Japanese friend how old she was. She looked maybe 35. She smiled and said, "I'm 45. Her skin was tight, radiant, and nearly wrinkle-free. I asked, "What's your secret? Collagen? Luxury skincare?" She simply handed me a warm cup of green tea. I've been drinking this since I was 15, at least twice a day. That moment sparked my curiosity about green tea, this humble drink that turns out to be one of nature's most effective anti-aging secrets. Green tea contains a powerful antioxidant called EGCG, epigallocatechin gallate. It's a type of polyphenol that helps protect skin cells from early aging, increase hydration and elasticity, inhibit enzymes that break down collagen and significantly reduce inflammation, the root of most age-related diseases. A study from Korea, published in the Journal of Nutrition, found that women who drank 2 cups of green tea daily for 12 weeks had better skin elasticity, brighter complexions, and noticeably fewer wrinkles compared to those who didn't. But to truly benefit, you need to drink it the right way. Drinking it on an empty stomach can cause nausea. Drinking it too close to bedtime might affect your sleep due to light caffeine. And that sweet bottled green tea from the supermarket? Sorry. That's not the real thing. I've learned something valuable. Green tea isn't a miracle that makes you look younger overnight. It's a loyal companion, quietly supporting your skin, one sip at a time, day after day. The real glow doesn't come from flawless makeup. It comes from tiny habits repeated consistently, like slowly sipping a warm cup of tea while letting your body restore itself from within. And if green tea is a natural healer for your skin, then the next superfood, also green, takes it a step further. It helps rejuvenate not just your skin, but your liver, kidneys, and even your longevity. You might have hated it as a kid, but you just might fall in love with it again now. Yes, we're talking about broccoli. 5. Broccoli and sulforaphane. Detoxing without juice cleanses. As a kid, I hated broccoli. Every time my mom put it on the dinner table, I'd frown and force myself to chew. It was bitter, smelled funny, nowhere near as exciting as fries or cheesy pasta. And I used to think, why on earth do we have to eat this stuff? It wasn't until my 30s, when my body started speaking up, that I finally understood. My mom wasn't just feeding me vegetables. She was handing me one of the most powerful anti-aging tools I didn't even know I needed. Broccoli contains a rare compound called sulforaphane, which scientists refer to as a master switch for your body's natural detox system. Unlike trendy detox juices or expensive supplements, sulforaphane works at the cellular level, helping your liver produce enzymes that remove toxins, heavy metals, and even potential carcinogens. It's also been shown to activate genes linked to longevity and antioxidant defense, reduce systemic inflammation, and slow down cognitive decline. A study from Johns Hopkins University found that just one serving of broccoli a day for 10 weeks significantly reduced inflammation and boosted detox markers in adults. But here's the catch. Most people cook broccoli in ways that destroy sulforaphane. To preserve its benefits, you should steam it gently for just 2-4 minutes. Boiling or frying can destroy up to 90% of its anti-aging value. Pro tip: add a dash of mustard or a few slices of raw radish. They contain enzymes that help activate sulforaphane even more. I once had a client who told me, I stopped doing juice cleanses. Now I just eat steamed broccoli every morning. After 3 weeks, my skin looked brighter, my digestion improved, and I felt reborn. She smiled, touched her cheek, and said, "Now I get why they call it a superfood. The thing you're searching for in bottles, powders, or pricey treatments might already be sitting quietly in your veggie drawer, just waiting for you to notice it." And if broccoli is your quiet warrior, detoxing and protecting your liver and cells, then the next food is something totally unexpected. 6. Tomatoes and UV protection. Can you eat your sunscreen? I have a close friend named Rachel who works in the beauty industry. Every time we'd go outside, she had a whole ritual. Sunscreen in layers, hats, sunglasses, sleeves, the works. But one day she laughed and said, "Wouldn't it be amazing if you could just eat something that protects you from the sun?" I chuckled at the time. But later I discovered she wasn't too far off. Because there's a small, bright red fruit that shows up in your salad, pasta sauce, or morning juice. That quietly acts like internal sunscreen for your skin. Yes, it's the tomato. Tomatoes are rich in lycopene, a powerful carotenoid that gives them their red color. But more importantly, lycopene neutralizes free radicals caused by UV rays, which are responsible for wrinkles, dark spots, and loss of skin elasticity. A study from the British Journal of Dermatology found that people who consumed 5 tablespoons of tomato paste daily for 12 weeks had 33% greater UV protection compared to those who didn't. And here's the cool part. Lycopene is absorbed best when tomatoes are cooked and combined with healthy fat like olive oil. So your favorite tomato pasta or slow-simmered sauce? That's actually anti-aging fuel. I once asked my yoga instructor, a vibrant woman in her 50s with glowing skin and barely a freckle, "What's your secret?" She smiled and said, "No fancy creams. I just eat tomatoes every day. Tasty, good for the heart, and my skin loves it." But not all tomato products are created equal. Skip the store-bought pizza sauce loaded with sugar and sodium. And most bottled tomato juice? It's usually overprocessed and stripped of its lycopene. Yes, wear sunscreen. every day. But if you want deeper cellular protection, let your food be part of your skincare routine. And if tomatoes help shield your skin from the sun, then the next food doesn't just protect, it helps you repair. From your skin to your brain, from your sleep to your spirit. It's small, crunchy, and holds one of the most powerful nutrient combinations in nature, the walnut. 7. Fermented foods and gut-skin connection. Beauty starts in the gut. For the longest time, I believed great skin came from the outside. Cleansers, serum, moisturizers, that's what I focused on. But then, I met a Korean woman whose bare skin looked like soft morning dew. No foundation, no concealer. I asked her, "What skincare do you use?" She smiled and said, "I take care of my gut, and my skin follows." At first, it sounded strange, but that's when I learned about the deep connection between digestion and your skin, and the powerful role of fermented foods in bridging that gap. Foods like yogurt, kefir, kimchi, sauerkraut, they're packed with probiotics, the good bacteria that help. Balance your gut microbiome. Improve absorption of nutrients. Reduce inflammation, including skin-related inflammation, and support immunity, 70% of which lives in your gut. Recent studies have found that people with healthy gut flora have fewer breakouts, brighter skin, and less redness. A study from the American Academy of Dermatology showed that regular probiotic intake significantly improved acne and rosacea, not with creams or prescriptions, but through diet. One of my friends struggled with hormonal acne for years. She tried everything, retinol, facials, even laser, until a doctor told her to simply start with one small bowl of kimchi a day. Within 2 months, her skin began to change. Not an overnight transformation, but a gentle, steady healing from within. A quick note of caution: not all fermented foods are beneficial. Pickles made with industrial vinegar, overly salty or heavily processed items can kill the good bacteria. So look for naturally fermented, unpasteurized foods, or better yet, make your own at home if you can. Healthy skin isn't just about skincare. It's the visible result of a happy gut, a place where tiny bacteria quietly work every day to protect you. And if fermented foods lay the foundation for beauty from the inside out, the next food is like golden armor, used for centuries to fight pain, reduce inflammation, and extend lifespan. You've probably heard its name before. Yes, it's turmeric, or more specifically, curcumin. 8. Turmeric and inflammation, the golden shield against aging. When I was a child, anytime I had a scratch or a tummy ache, my grandmother would mix a spoonful of turmeric powder into warm water and make me drink it. I'd grimace at the bitterness, but she would gently pat my head and say, "It's a little bitter, but it's healing you from the inside." I didn't understand then, but now I know. She wasn't just treating a surface wound, she was shielding me from the invisible ones inside my body. You see, we don't age just because of time. We age because of low-grade, silent inflammation that chips away at our health day after day. It doesn't hurt, doesn't swell, doesn't show on the surface, but it slowly damages tissues, breaks down cells, and triggers heart disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's. That's where turmeric steps in, or more specifically, curcumin, its active compound, often called nature's golden shield. Curcumin is a powerful anti-inflammatory that science has shown to block enzymes that cause chronic inflammation, neutralize free radicals that age cells, support a balanced immune response, and even activate anti-aging genes in the body. A study from the University of Texas found that curcumin could help prevent the deterioration of brain cells, offering new hope in the fight against Alzheimer's and dementia. A friend of mine used to rely on painkillers every month for her mild arthritis, until she started drinking golden milk, a warm blend of turmeric, black pepper, cinnamon, and honey every night. After 6 weeks, she told me, "I don't wake up in pain anymore. No miracles, no magic pills, just a small habit repeated daily with love for her body." One thing to note, curcumin is poorly absorbed on its own. But when combined with piperine, the active ingredient in black pepper, absorption skyrockets. So if you're taking turmeric without a pinch of pepper, you're likely missing out on most of its benefits. Not every anti-aging solution comes from a clinic or pharmacy. Sometimes, the most powerful medicine is sitting quietly in your spice drawer, waiting for you to use it wisely. And if turmeric is your silent guardian against inflammation and disease, the next food is your nighttime repair partner, nurturing your cells, your brain, and your energy while you sleep. It's small, it's crunchy, and it's known as brain food. Walnuts. 9. Walnuts sleep and cell repair. How nuts help you heal overnight. There was a time when I'd wake up in the morning feeling tired. Even after 7 to 8 hours of sleep, I felt foggy, dull, and completely drained. I tried everything. Going to bed earlier, cutting back on caffeine, using essential oils, doing yoga, but nothing really worked. Until I added one tiny change to my dinner routine, a handful of walnuts. There's a reason walnuts are called food for the brain. They look like little brains, and their impact on your body is just as thoughtful. Walnuts are rich in ALA, alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 that helps reduce inflammation. Polyphenols, powerful antioxidants, and most importantly, natural melatonin, the hormone that regulates your sleep. One study from the University of Texas Health Science Center found that people who consumed a small amount of walnuts daily had higher levels of melatonin, leading to deeper sleep and enhanced overnight cell repair. Because here's the thing, your body doesn't truly heal during the day. Skin regeneration, tissue repair, hormone balancing, these all peak while you're sleeping. And walnuts, despite their size, quietly support that beautiful restoration process. I have an aunt in her 60s, smooth skin, bright eyes, no sleeping pills. What's her secret? 5 walnuts every night, she says. No more, no less. I sleep like a baby. You don't need a whole bowl. Just a few well-timed, well-chosen bites could be your body's gift to itself before bedtime. A quick tip. Avoid sugar-coated, salted, or stale walnuts. The healthy fats in nuts go rancid easily if not stored properly, and that turns something good into something harmful. Youth isn't just about what you do during the day. It's also about how you take care of your body while it rests. And sometimes, a good night's sleep starts with a wise dinner choice. And if walnuts are your quiet nighttime healer, our final food today is one that brings joy to both your heart and your mood. A sweet treat, often misunderstood, but incredibly powerful when used just right. Dark, rich, and surprisingly anti-aging. Yes, we're talking about dark chocolate. 10. Chocolate and happiness. Aging. Slower by reducing stress. There was a time I met up with an old friend after nearly 10 years apart. She still looked radiant and full of life. Glowing skin, sparkling eyes, and that same energetic smile she had back in college. I asked her, "What's your secret to staying so youthful?" She laughed and said, "I eat one piece of dark chocolate every day, not to look younger, but because it makes me feel happy." I laughed along, but later I looked into it, and it turns out she was absolutely right. Stress is one of the most silent enemies of youth. When you're anxious, under pressure, or mentally exhausted, your body produces cortisol, a hormone that increases inflammation, breaks down collagen, and slows down the healing process at a cellular level. In other words, the more stressed you are, the faster you age. That's why dark chocolate, when eaten the right way, can actually be a powerful anti-aging ally. Real dark chocolate, with at least 70% cacao, is rich in flavonols, powerful antioxidants that boost circulation and help deliver oxygen to the skin and brain, magnesium, which calms the nervous system and eases fatigue. A small dose of caffeine and theobromine, which gently elevate dopamine, your feel-good hormone. A study published in the Journal of Psychopharmacology found that people who ate 40 grams of dark chocolate daily for 2 weeks had lower cortisol levels and noticeably better moods. I decided to try it for myself. Every afternoon after a long workday, I'd brew a cup of tea and take one small square of dark chocolate. Nothing fancy, just a quiet moment for myself. And slowly, I started to feel it. A calmer mind, a slower breath, like a mini reset for my soul. But be mindful. Milk chocolate loaded with sugar and palm oil? That works against you. Stick to pure, minimally sweetened dark chocolate. And just 1-2 small pieces a day are enough for your body to say thank you. A little life lesson? Anti-aging isn't just about what you eat. It's about how you feel, how you care for your emotions, and how often you choose joy over stress. Sometimes, the most elegant kind of healing comes from a small bite of sweetness, right when you need it most. We often search for youth in faraway places, in beauty creams, spa treatments, or anti-aging pills. But you know what? True youth doesn't live on the surface of your skin. It lives in the quiet choices you make every single day. In a handful of berries at breakfast, a spoonful of turmeric in your evening milk, a few walnuts after dinner, all so small. And yet, each one can change how you feel in your body for years to come. Your body doesn't need perfection. It simply needs your attention, your care, and your patience. Because aging gracefully isn't about chasing time. It's about living fully in every moment. With presence, gentleness, and deep love for yourself. If you've made it this far in the video, I hope you remember this. You deserve a strong, vibrant body. Not to look better than someone else, but to live more fully as yourself. If you enjoy content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone you love. So we can grow healthier and younger together, one day at a time. And if you have your own favorite natural anti-aging food, I'd love to hear about it. Drop a comment below and share your story with me. Thank you for spending this time with me. Wishing you a strong body, a peaceful heart, and a long, vibrant journey ahead.